What's going on, everyone? Harris Rubenstein here for Chat Sports. The Lakers season has taken a dive, and with that comes plenty of drama, and with drama comes rumors. So let's get right down into our first one. Laker fans, y'all are pissed at LeBron online. Apparently not because he doesn't play defense anymore, and not because he keeps calling out all of his players, or all of his teammates, I should say. It's because apparently he got caught partying with 2 Chainz before the Golden State Warriors game. Now, fun fact, if you remember, LeBron did not play in that game due to quote-unquote load management, which is interesting, seeing as he played the game before and after he came back from injury. Now, credit, he did play 41 minutes in that game right after he came back from injury, but you'd think if you're the Lakers, you'd want LeBron James versus the Golden State Warriors, and maybe they're just not trying to get embarrassed, but it was a very confusing load management game to pick for LeBron James. And it's also not a great look with all the effort questions. Look, people, I'm a huge believer that if you tweet out something, or at least when these celebrities tweet out something, a lot of the times what they end up tweeting, criticizing people about, ends up being what they do. Kyrie Irving tweeting about how people need to get their act together and all this stuff, about they need to be better teammates. Tweeted that all the way back in like 2013. Boom, here we are. And now you have LeBron tweeting out all this stuff. His players need to show better effort and people need to start trying more. And here's LeBron James partying at midnight before the biggest game of the season with 2 Chainz, only to not play against the Warriors, which is the game that they brought him in to win. So it's not a great look right now if you're LeBron James, if you're the Los Angeles Lakers. So I hope we can move on from this, but if you're a Lakers fan, keep the pressure up. LeBron's got to know that y'all aren't happy. Keep it up. We like the hate around here. One thing we also do like is when you guys subscribe to our new Lakers channel of all the news, rumors, everything around free agency and the draft. Go ahead and subscribe today. If you're watching on our Lakers channel and have already subscribed, good for you. High five for you. But if you haven't yet, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button and subscribe to the best Lakers channel anywhere on the interwebs. Also go to chatsports.com/Lakers for an easy link. Let's talk about LeBron and ruining chemistry. So, according to ESPN, one NBA GM blames LeBron James for the Lakers' lack of chemistry, saying, quote, they think he's doing a bad job as a leader and that he's not showing great character with the Lakers. I don't know if LeBron is entirely to blame for all the chemistry problems that the Lakers are having. I think it also has a lot to do with the fact that Rob Pelinka is an awful GM. And the fact that him and Magic Johnson both thought that the combination of Lance Stevenson, JaVale McGee, Rajon Rondo, and Michael Beasley was going to be a good enough free agency haul to keep this team level. Remember, as much as I love LeBron and think he's fantastic, at least the team that he had with the Cavs last year, they had Kevin Love. At least they had J.R. Smith. They had guys who had been there before and knew how to win playoff games. The guys that they signed and brought in outside of JaVale McGee were very unconvincing. Why was Michael Beasley even a thought? Why was Lance Stevenson even a thought to be brought onto this team with LeBron James? It never made sense in the beginning. We questioned it the whole time. I remember when they signed all these guys, we were all scratching their heads. And then what was even funnier is that Magic Johnson then came out and said, we are going to out-tough the NBA. The Warriors are soft. We're just going to out-tough them throughout a playoff series. That's not how games are won in the NBA. You win with 3-point shooting and good defense, neither of which the Lakers do well. So I think LeBron has should carry a lot of the blame here for all the crap that he's brought up with Anthony Davis and all the collusion and but there's a lot of blame to be thrown around everywhere with the Lakers. But for me, it begins and ends with Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka. I cannot believe that those guys are not in the hot seat after the offseason that they had. But if you guys want to make some easy money on the NBA this year, there's only one place to do it. It's with chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code NBA120 to get some free money with our sportsbook partner, BetDSI. That 120% deposit bonus. Here's how it works. You deposit $100, you use that promo code NBA120, boom, you have $120 to bet with for free. Yes, for free. Again, chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code NBA120. Let's get to our next Lakers rumor here. Apparently, Lonzo Ball is the most important player in the NBA because the Lakers are now 4-9 since he went down with that ankle injury before the All-Star break. And not only are they losing games, they are losing games on average by 17 points per game since Lonzo Ball has gone down. That is awful. One of the worst numbers and stretches in the NBA this season. Even teams like the Knicks and the Suns hadn't been losing games by that many points on average. Yes, people, 17 points per game over the course of a 13-game stretch is the third worst streak for any team in the NBA in the past 2 seasons. So not good at all for the Los Angeles Lakers. They got to get this fixed up here pretty quickly. But I don't know from you guys, because I was totally wrong about this to start the season. Who is the second most important Laker after LeBron James? Is it Brandon Ingram? Is it Kyle Kuzma? Is it Lonzo Ball? I said at the start of the season that I thought that Brandon Ingram was going to end up being the second most important player in the entire Western Conference. That was wrong. That was really stupid. And now it seems that he's not even the second most important player on his own damn team. So let me know what you guys think. Who is the second most important Laker on this team? The numbers say it's Lonzo Ball, my brain says it's Kyle Kuzma, and my heart says Brandon Ingram. So you guys can end up making the decision for me. And no, do not make some other joke about what I'm feeling about Lonzo Ball. Keep that to yourselves. Let's talk about JaVale McGee and how the Lakers are still looking for another center. So apparently they are not too happy with the combination of JaVale McGee and Tyson Chandler down low, and they are looking for someone on the buyout market. Here's the problem. There is nobody on the buyout market. DeAndre Jordan is not getting bought out by the Knicks. Turns out they really like having him around. He's a great locker room guy, and he doesn't play defense, so he's perfect for your tanking New York Knicks. But like I said before, they're looking for centers, and there just aren't any out there. The only other center who could be bought out is Robin Lopez with the Chicago Bulls. As of right now, the Bulls have until Friday to officially buy him out, and the only other center that's really out there on the market is Marcin Gortat, which, if you're the Lakers and you're trying to solve defensive problems, the number one guy you probably shouldn't sign is Marcin Gortat. So it sounds like the Lakers are just kind of stuck at the center position right now, JaVale McGee and Tyson Chandler. Maybe you shouldn't have traded Ivica Zubac for Mike Muscala. Why Rob Pelinka's got to get the hell out of here. He cannot be an NBA. This is just so bad. Let's move on here. I'm going to get way too angry. Let's talk about Kyle Kuzma. So Kuzma was asked recently about the Lakers' lack of urgency, and he said, quote, "I have no idea where it's come from. We've been like that all year." Now, this is multiple players who have commented on the lack of urgency. I'm just going to put this out there right now. I don't think this is a young guy's problem. Last year, if you guys watched the Lakers, especially on the defensive side of the ball, young guys showed a ton of effort. They showed a lot of grit on the defensive side of the ball last year, and it was one of the reasons why they ended up actually being a pretty good defensive team. And then all of a sudden this year, here comes LeBron, here come all the veterans, urgency goes down, efficiency goes down, defense goes down, and everyone blames the young guys. Doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I don't think this is a young guy's problem. I think this is a veteran problem. I think this is what happens when you bring in a bunch of guys in JaVale McGee, Lance Stevenson, Michael Beasley, and Rajon Rondo, a bunch of dudes who just do not care about the regular season, and this is the problem that you're faced with. Of course there's no urgency. They didn't sign players who would apply urgency to their games. What does JaVale McGee do? Is he applying urgency anymore? Lance Stevenson hasn't been applying urgency for 7 years. He's had 2 good seasons in the NBA, and he's just been able to stick around because he's funny. I will never understand what the Lakers are trying to do with this year's free agent class after LeBron James. I know we give them credit for being able to get LeBron, but it sounds like at this point, if I was the GM, LeBron still would have gone to the Los Angeles Lakers. So I say we stop blaming the young guys. I say we stop blaming Luke Walton. And I say we start pointing fingers at the real people responsible here. Hint, hint, Rob Pelinka and Magic Johnson. It has gotten so bad that we now have to officially start talking about whether or not the Lakers are going to miss the playoffs. As we stand right now on Wednesday, February 27th at almost 11 o'clock Central Time, the Lakers are 29-31. They have the same record as the Minnesota Timberwolves. They are 3 games back of the playoffs. They have the 3rd hardest schedule left in the NBA, and they still somehow have the 5th highest odds to win the Western Conference. None of it makes sense. I'm as confused as you are. I just can't believe that things have gotten this bad. I know the Lakers have dealt with injury problems this year. I totally understand. It is absolutely unacceptable that the Lakers, with an age 34 LeBron James, are not even going to be able to make the 8th seed in the Western Conference. That, to me, is a sign of a dysfunctional front office, a coach who's in over his head, and a bunch of guys on a roster who simply do not get it. If you're going to ask me, the Lakers need to blow this up big time over the offseason if they want to save the LeBron James era. I am absolutely stunned that it's even gotten close to this point. I thought they were an easy slam dunk 4 or 5 seed, and now I'll be surprised if they end up at the 9 seed in the Western Conference. So let me know in the comment section below if you guys think the Lakers will end up making the playoffs. Bet the SI still giving us some interesting odds here for the Lakers in terms of making it to the playoffs. But will the Lakers make it there? Give me a Y for yes, give me an N for no. Official prediction. I still say yes. I just can't doubt LeBron. I just can't doubt LeBron with 20 games left and 3 games back. I have to think that him and his just majesty will be able to get the Lakers into the playoffs. But crazier things have happened, and like I've said on multiple programs before, this would be the best individual season by any NBA player to not make the playoffs since Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in 1975. So keep a lookout for that one, and remember to subscribe to our new Lakers channel.